Greetings ladies and gentlefish, I'm Lord Chipmunk, and here is a replay from my T29, the Tier 7 American heavy tank. This is the first of the American heavy tanks that really gets this kind of signature, really strong frontal turret armour with a gun mantlet, making the front of the turret nigh on impenetrable. And frankly, even the front of the hull is better than the Tiger, for instance. So my tank is almost completely stock. I've just got the upgraded suspension and I've got the 90mm gun from the M6. Or it's the same gun that you get on the T20 if you've gone down the medium line. And so what this tank is all about is going hull down, just showing the front of that turret to people. And you'll notice this is a Tier 8 game, but we can still put a lot of hurt in. Now this tank is a little bit situational. It's as good as the hull down position in which you can put it. If you can cover up most of your tank and just show the front of the turret, you are golden, even in a Tier 9 game. Unless there's artillery, and then it can be a nuisance. But as you can see here, there isn't any artillery, it's just a load of heavy tanks, tank destroyers, and a few medium tanks here and there. So there's dunes all over this map, which is nice for going hull down in, or hull down on. And so that's what we're going to try and do. I'm initially going to go up that ridge and have a look at the ridge behind the little village there, but I see this VK, the German Tier 7 medium, coming around here and decide that, well, I should be able to poke my gun over the edge of this rise and put some shots into him, right? So that's what we do. There he is. So this 90mm gun, it's alright. It's got 160mm of penetration. It does 240 average damage. And, you know, the rate of fire is okay. Can we kill him? Can we kill him? No, we fired just too late. Never mind, c'est la vie. So, don't pay too much attention to the equipment I've got on here. I've got a toolbox, a binocular telescope, and a camo net, just because they're the 3 bits of communal equipment I have for tanks. I haven't made up my mind whether or not I'm going to keep this thing yet, because whilst it is good, and of course bear in mind here, I don't have it fully upgraded yet, this is almost stock. It is good, but it is a bit situational. Having said that, even stock, this thing holds its own in Tier 8 games. I haven't been in many Tier 9 games to test it, but it will hold its own in a Tier 8 game. Situationally, as long as you can just poke your turret up and only have that showing. So we're just waiting around here, and now this is an assault game, which is a bit of a pain because, as you can see, a quarter of the game is gone already. And we're winning, but we've only destroyed 2 enemy tanks. I mean, if we're going to make this work, we really need to get a wiggle on, and in a minute I'm going to take some unnecessary damage. If I had not taken some of the damage I'm about to take, maybe this game would have had a different outcome. Probably not, but it might have done. So, I'm going to poke my turret up over the top of this rise, and just see if I can get some damage in on these guys. Ooh, hello Mr. Carnarvon, Tier 8 British heavy tank. Not renowned for its amazing armour. It's got a decent turret front. The hull is rather weak. Having said that, I mean, you can see here that's not a green indicator, it's orange. Having said the hull is quite weak, I'm surprised that I'm penetrating this consistently. Normally this gun is just horrible, but on this occasion it seems to be doing the business. I mean, okay, we'll take that. So we kill that Carnarvon, and we, now you see we take some damage there. That Hellcat is gonna be the bane of my life, it really is. He's actually parked up over here at about H0, somewhere around there, J9, somewhere in that ballpark, just up on that ridge. And I decide initially I'm going to go down here, and the Hellcat puts another shot from the front of my hull. Ugh. Now the Hellcat is basically using the same gun as me. It's more accurate, fires faster, better aim time, but the penetration and damage are the same. It's the tank destroyer version of the same gun, bounce on my turret. And that's the thing, if you can keep your hull covered, you'll bounce shots all day. And I'll actually get steel wall from this, spoiler alert, and Spartan. But if your hull is showing and it's not heavily angled, then you can start taking a lot of pain through it. I mean, as I say, the hull armour is actually better than that on the Tiger, and it's got some sloping. But there we go. So going around kind of to G8 isn't working. So we're going to try and go around the other way. And again, we're going to try and go hull down and just present the front of our turret to people. And you can see that whilst this 90mm gun isn't amazing, it's not bad. Interestingly, the Pershing, the tier 8 medium, gets a better gun, but that's a medium tank. But I seem to have more success with the T29, this 90mm gun, than I do with the Pershing with the quote-unquote better 90mm gun. I don't know. Anyway, we see the top of this SU-100, and we put one right through what looked like probably his commander's hatch, and put a healthy chunk of damage on him. So again, I'm trying to just show the front of my turret. We're actually losing now. Oh, I really wish that had killed him, because he is a nuisance. And oh dear, we take some more damage there. They can see my hull, so I'm going to have to cover it. So I'm just going hull down over this ridge, over this rise, and hopefully just showing the front of my turret. Now the problem is, I'm facing off against the T-34 too. Oh dear. And that SU-100 just puts a shot straight through the side of my turret. Now the T-34-2, Chinese tier 8 medium. He hasn't got the top gun, I don't think. But the turret front, it's that sort of curved kind of saucer type turret that you get on a lot of the Russian and Chinese tanks, especially the mediums, and it's very bouncy. I'm never going to go through the front of that. I'm not going to load gold and try and do it, because it'll probably still even then bounce. Ooh, we take a bounce. But you can see here I am on 10 health. But we've only got 3 minutes of the game left. Someone's going to have to push, but if I push straight up, I'm going to die. So this is a difficult position. The IS goes up, takes a hit to the face, fires, and unfortunately doesn't achieve a great lot with his shot. There's a T28 prototype yelling at the KV-4 to push. I believe he's one of the heavies over on the other side of the map. And he finally does, and there's that Hellcat, the Hellcat that has been the bane of my game. He bounces on my turret, I put one straight through his. Looked like it maybe either went in the top of the turret or went in the bottom through the hull, and he's not enormously keen to poke his nose up. And I've been wary of going up here too far, partly because of him. This time I just go for it. So, boom, shot straight through the front of the Chinese medium, setting him on fire. He obviously doesn't have or has already used a fire extinguisher. And there we go, there's a nice chunk of damage on him, and boom, there we go, we kill the SU-100. We're on 3 kills. We're 8-7 up, there are 2 minutes left. If I go straight up there, I can guarantee that Hellcat is going to pop his nose down, put a shot through the front of me and kill me. And so I think it's okay. We've got guys on the other flank, they can push up. I'll take another bounce. They can push up and we can have this nailed. We've got the SU-100 here as well. I take several shots at this Hellcat. This gun isn't exactly accurate, especially if you don't give it time to aim. Oh, he stopped. I thought he was going to keep going. Now, really, against a Hellcat, I should probably be loading high explosive here. You can see I've got 5 high explosive rounds, but I don't. And this shot, if that had been high explosive, it would at least have done some damage, probably. Maybe knocked out his gun or something. Hellcat not only has rubbish armour, but it's also open-topped. And there we go, the IS just nukes him. But we're in a spot of bother now. We're 1 tank down. There are only 5 of us left, and there's a minute left of the match. Can you tell which way this one's going to go? And I think it's too late at the time. I tell the other team, well done, good game. But nonetheless, we're going to try and do this. So we're driving for the capture circle. Now the T29, when kind of stock, isn't particularly mobile. You can see here I'm doing 27 kilometers an hour. When I had the stock suspension, it was painful. So the next thing I'm researching on this, I want the 105mm gun. I think I want the 105mm gun, although I must admit this match and this performance is making me wonder if that's the best course. I don't know. The 105mm gun is not very accurate, maybe less accurate than this one. But anyway, I'll probably get the 105 or the next engine next. At 2 seconds, 1 second, no, game over. And that's Assault for you. If you're the attacking team, time is really against you. You have to push. And if you don't, or you can't, that's a bit of a problem. Like in that situation, I was pinned down for a while, and I could not push up or I would have just died. And if I had been able to push, maybe the outcome of the game would have been different, but I couldn't, so it wasn't. Anyway, there we go. Despite that, still not a bad game, racked up a good amount of damage, got Steel Wall, Spartan, and got top XP on my team. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and feel free to catch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching.